Hey there, it's Lisa from Modern Vegan Family, and today I have a wonderful guest all the way from Massachusetts, Michelle Caron, and she and I met on Instagram, and we are going to be talking today not only about holistic wellness. She is a holistic educator, but we are going to talk about how the educational process and the focus on holistic wellness and whole plant-based foods is a way of peaceful activism. So this is going to be really interesting because people do ask me all the time, why do vegans talk so much about food? Why do they show much about desserts? And I think it's because we know that that is our little way to get to people's hearts, and it's a peaceful way of planting the seed and being an activist. So Michelle, I'm going to introduce you. And first of all, I'd like to ask, what is your own personal journey to veganism?
This is a wonderful question, Lisa, and a long story that I will make very short for this interview. I was riddled with health problems and food allergies from the time that I was very little, and upon eliminating meat and dairy, I felt much better. Years later, I started getting sick from even fish and eggs, and I was allergic to eggs. I was getting hives, and I discovered just a few years ago too that I had a corn allergy. And before that, I was eating more of the processed fake, vegan meats to get by because I was worried about protein, like a lot of new vegans are. But after I discovered that I had a corn allergy, and corn is in virtually everything, and a lot of it is GMO corn that's full of toxins, I changed my entire lifestyle. So it wasn't just about veganism anymore. It was about eliminating toxins as well as purifying my home and beauty care products and health care products. So I make all my own cleaning products and skincare products as well as eating a vegan diet now. So I can say that it's truly a clean, peaceful lifestyle that I'm living now. But it was allergies and health issues that started me on my path. And I'm really grateful. It was the biggest gift ever because it led me here. And I feel better than I've ever felt in my whole life.
So I know that you're running a really interesting program called the Heart Program, and it's your way of taking all of this education that you've learned, not only about plant-based living, but about the cleaning out the toxins and doing, it looks to me, it just looks like a wonderful program because it's addressing mind and body and spirit and everything. Talk a little bit about how you're using that program and who you're working with and how you're using that to spread a holistic message, but also a plant-based message.
Sure. So I actually got the idea for this program because where I teach a lot of fitness classes and I do a lot of free community talks at my local senior center, we have a very hip, knowledgeable group of senior citizens who were asking me all kinds of questions. What is Reiki? And how can I meditate more? And do you think a vegetarian diet is healthier? Or a vegan diet? And so my response is, I just kept saying the same things like a broken record. And I thought, you know what? This senior center is looking to expand their programs. They're looking to actually get a larger building. And I've got a teaching background. Why don't I just write an entire curriculum and a textbook to go with it for these seniors and for anybody else in the community that would like this information about how to live a healthier lifestyle from head to toe, inside and out. And that includes a great deal of looking at how can switching to a plant-based, organic plant-based whole food diet be healthy? How can getting rid of toxic people as well as toxic chemicals, how can that be a healthier thing? How can dealing with stress be healthier? And looking at it from an evidence-based perspective, which is really, really important. And all kind of started, and it took me the better part of last summer into the fall to get everything put together. And the senior center was tickled pink, and all the seniors, there's a waiting list for people to take it, and there are other centers calling now for this program. I think that we're at a really interesting time because there wasn't a lot of information about vegan diets and gluten-free diets and allergy-friendly diets with the big 8, or things like meditation. They weren't mainstream years ago, and we are at a point where people are hungry for this knowledge now. they're hungry to apply it to their own lives because they're stressed out, they're tired, they're overweight, and they're dealing with health problems. And looking at our health from a holistic perspective and incorporating more plant foods into the diet are great ways to improve the quality of our health.
So Michelle, one thing that it's interesting, I'm going to ask you a question that might go off into another avenue, but I know my parents were incredibly stubborn people. And as they turned into that seniors time of life, they didn't want to make any changes. They didn't want to do anything new. They were quite happy taking the pills from the doctor and adding more pills and all of this. So I was very surprised when I was at a seminar to first learn about veganism, and there were a lot of seniors in the room, and I asked them why they were there. I was very surprised to see so many people that were the same age as my parents, because they would have never wanted to even talk about this. And a lot of them said that they were there because they wanted to be stewards. They wanted to embrace stewardship to kind of help the planet for young people. So I'm curious about the seniors that come up to you. What are their motivations? I'm fascinated that they're really open to this.
That's beautiful about your experience with those seniors. That's absolutely inspiring. So the seniors that I'm working with, and I don't just work with seniors, but the seniors that I'm encountering are saying they want to get off all the pills in many cases, or they don't want to take the pills because the side effects from those pills make them feel worse than they felt before. And I can sympathize with that, because being on allergy medicine and asthma medicine and migraine medicine before, the side effects made me feel worse. So I can absolutely understand that. So a lot of them are doing it for that reason. Some of them are actually doing it for their grandchildren and their children, to try to inspire healthy changes, because they see their families eating fast food. They see them eating way too much meat and fried food and dairy, and they see the children, in some cases in their families, having adverse effects from having dairy, asthma attacks after eating dairy products, or stomach issues from lactose intolerance and things like that. And they are like, my daughter's not doing anything about it, my son's not doing anything about it, so I'm going to educate myself so I can help my grandchildren. And then there are others who simply want to help get rid of their aches and pains naturally, reduce inflammation by taking sugar out of their diet, or by eating, again, more plant-based foods, eliminating some of the toxins that they have in their diet and in their life, so that their arthritis doesn't act up as much, and so that they can stay active for as long as possible and have a really healthy quality of life. Many of the seniors that I work with are very active, fit seniors. This town that I live in, Wilbraham, Mass, we have over 4,000 seniors with the baby boomer generation about to become senior citizens, and they are an absolute inspiration because they love hiking and snowshoeing and skiing and walking and yoga and Zumba and aerobics of all kinds. They are a fit bunch of active seniors, and I think that something like this program goes in line with that type of a lifestyle, because you're looking to support physical fitness and health with proper nutrition and with dealing with stress in a healthy way and all of the other things that are in this program. So that's what I'm hearing from the seniors, and it's amazing because some of them are in better shape than me, and I'm a fitness instructor. So it's great.
So I'm curious, when you're running this program with them, do you use the word vegan?
I do. I think a lot of people are more comfortable with the words plant-based because vegan implies these weird political things to some people, and of course it doesn't to me because I'm a vegan. But I do use the word vegan, I do use the word vegetarian, and I do use the term plant-based. And I actually educate people about the difference between omnivorous diets, vegetarian versus vegan, the different pescatarian, all those different things come up in the program, because a lot of the seniors don't understand what veganism is about. They're like, what is that? And then there's the raw food diet too, which I'll talk about in the program as well. So I use the word vegan, and then I explain what that means.
So do you consider yourself in this role, besides being an educator, do you consider yourself using this program as a form of kind of Gandhi-esque activism?
Great question. When I first started writing it didn't occur to me until I started working on the recipes. And then I thought, oh, this is an amazing, sneaky opportunity to show people how amazing and delicious vegan food is, and that you don't have to hurt animals. And evidence-based research shows to be beneficial for your health. So yes, absolutely. I think that this is, not only is it a way to educate people about really positive studies that have been done that prove that eating more plant-based foods are going to improve their health and vitality, but it's also a sneaky form of activism, because you don't have to hurt anybody if you want to lead a healthy lifestyle, and you don't have to feel limited in what you're eating. I have a much more diverse diet right now today than I did 8 years ago before I became a vegan.
Oh, I hear that. That is part of a conversation I have with so many people. We've never loved food more. The variety is the best. We feel, it's just on and on. If only more people would believe that. I absolutely adore what you're doing with seniors, and I know I'm going to have you on as a guest again. So today, as we wrap this up, share with our viewers where they can follow you or find out more information about you or get inspired by you, or even, I don't know if you're planning on sometime offering this program online. I would highly recommend that you do, because I think people would love to purchase it. Very, very helpful information. But just share with the viewers how they can connect with you, follow you, etc.
Okay, so I am working on getting things online. Right now, as far as I can drive and travel, I will go and teach this program to people. But you can reach me at harmonywayhealing.com. So you can access all my social media, my email, my phone number, my address, everything is there at www.harmonywayhealing.com. And that's my business website for Harmony Way. And there's a whole page about the heart program and what it's all about on that website as well.
So since we're talking about seniors, as we wrap up, and I love what you said, that your community is filled with seniors, but again, I come from a background where there's some really stubborn, set in their ways, don't want to change seniors. So if you putting out a general message, what would be that inspiration to that I'd like you to send if there's some people who are, they're getting a little bit of silver vintage or on how they can make a positive impact on their own health and their fitness, the planet, their grandchildren, their children. Leave a few inspiring words for them to get them fired up.
Okay. Well, the first thing is, I would say, if you're not sure about plant-based foods, vegan diet, if it's for you or not, just try the food, because it's amazing and you'll be hooked. It's like an addiction. Once you start, you can't stop, because it's so delicious, especially foods with chocolate. And if you're thinking about the ways that you can impact your family, your community, and the environment in a positive way, while leaving a peaceful mark on society and a legacy that's peaceful, thinking about a vegan way of life might be a really good place to start. And knowing that there is evidence that shows that our gut health, our cardiovascular health, our brain health, prevention of cancer, prevention of all kinds of other issues can really, really be amazing and absolutely blow you away with test results before and after. Try going vegan for a month, just a month, or mostly vegan, and see how your cholesterol and your blood pressure improve. One of the things in this program that we're doing is we're holding people accountable. There's a 6-week health challenge. So at the beginning, there's a weigh-in and you get your blood pressure checked. And then 6 weeks after the program ends, we do the same thing to see if there's been an improvement, if you've been applying some of the recipes from the program and some of the techniques in the program for things like meditation. So I think that the most peaceful, the most healthy thing that we can do for ourselves, our families, our communities, and the environment is to, especially focusing on local produce and local foods, to use a vegan diet to achieve optimal health and wellness for everyone.
Oh, that is such a great message, and I am 100% with you. I have to tell you, I saw something on Facebook the other day. It was this video of this woman. She's 95. She went vegan at 91. She was vegetarian before that, probably in her 70s somewhere, which is still, you know, pretty amazing. And she's out there doing activism, and oh, she was just so inspirational. So I always say it's never too late to do the right thing.
I agree, absolutely.
You have been a doll. I want to be in your program myself. It sounds so awesome. And we are going to talk again. In the meantime, to the viewers, thank you for coming and watching. And please go follow Michelle. Please subscribe to the Modern Vegan Family. I'll be back with more interviews, recipes, commentary, you name it. Peace, love, and plants.